The golden spiral. So the golden spiral is a principle in composition that mimics a phenomenon found in space, on our planet, and even within our own physical makeup. Spirals can give us the feeling of movement, rotation, and continuation, and they can also feel balanced as they gradually and evenly get larger. Spirals can feel never-ending, and they also may leave you unable to identify the start or end points, kind of like the chicken and egg conundrum. Or maybe you get a little wild and you lean towards more of a quantum mechanics theory, where both endpoints of the spiral may be the beginning and the end at the same time. But speaking of which, spirals can feel overwhelming, like you're spiraling out of control, like I just did before. Spirals can be terrifying, like a hurricane or a great wave. And how spirals are created mathematically is using something called the Fibonacci sequence. So you start with 0 and 1. And how it works is you increase the numbers based on the sum of the previous two numbers. So let me give you the example. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, and so on and so forth. The golden spiral is used to help lead the viewer around an art piece. Yet it's so pleasing to humans, and the reason why humans are so drawn to this composition principle is not that easily defined. Perhaps it is because of the previously mentioned examples, or maybe it's something larger and bigger or beyond our own comprehension. But one thing that is for certain is that when the golden spiral is used as a tool in composition, humans tend to gravitate to it. Frame. Using a frame in your composition focuses your viewer on what's inside of the frame. Frames can be designed to mimic framing found in nature, in architecture, or really any object or abstract idea in order to draw your viewer's eye to that part of the composition. You can use the frame's shape, form, and color to accentuate the image inside, similar to a picture frame. It has also been proven that a majority of people will look inside the frame before looking at anything else in your image, including the frame itself. So you can play with this idea in your composition to place hidden treasures or Easter eggs within the rest of your painting outside of your frame. And you know that later, after your viewer has looked at what is inside of the frame, they will then explore what is outside of the frame and will spend more time seeing what kind of storyline you have developed. Selective focus. So selective focus is super fun for me because if you're not aware, I used to work in film, and selective focus in your composition allows you to determine what is most important in your piece by either blurring it out or focusing on it. So in movies, we see selective focus all the time, like when the cameras shift focus to the speaking actors of the scene, or maybe the focus shifts on specific actions within the scene, even if the action takes place in the background. As an artist, you can play with this idea in your paintings, your drawings, or whatever, where you can play with the selective focus and lead your viewer's eye to what you want them to look at. Selective focus can also allow you to break rules in nature, where things in the distance tend to be blurrier than things in the foreground typically, although there are sometimes naturally occurring events that will make things in the distance appear to be more focused. One example is when there is a strong beam of light, kind of like when the sun is shining through parted clouds, or maybe a spotlight that shines in a dark amphitheater. During those occasions, a strong beam of light, even if it is shining in the distance, will make that object appear more detailed than the foreground. And we will be playing with that idea in our following piece.